Hello guys, my name is Ursula and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to create a new Python project that is to create an increasing triangle. So we have seen a pattern like star pattern, something similar like increasing triangle pattern with the stars. So we will be creating that project. So just before starting to this solve this project, guys, to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So increasing triangle pattern. So so I'm telling you what actually I mean is, so it's something similar. The pattern is like this. If there are n is equals to 5, so something like this we are going to create. So this is the increasing triangle. You can see that the increased triangle is, we call this as an increasing triangle. With the help of star we are going to create. You can either replace it with dollar or any other signs you want it to replace. So this is, I am just taking star here. So let's start creating this project. So first of all, I will take n is equals to 5 because I want 5 rows and columns. So first of all, there are ideal ways to create. First of all, we should know how to create a square. Means if you know how we can create a square, then we can create this pattern. So how do we create a square? So the I will take n is equals to 5, then I will create a loop here for I in range, and my range would be n, of course, and I will print star. So if I print star, I will get 5 stars, but I will get it in different lines. So you can see that I'm getting these lines, but I want a square pattern. So how do we get that square pattern? So let's do that also. So for that, I will first of all create a nested loop here that will count the number of columns. So these are my number of rows. So number of rows will be counted by I, and number of columns will be counted by my j. So let's create for j in range, and let's print this star. So if I put star here, you can see that I will get 25 stars, but again in the not in the same line. So you see that I got 20. So I want it on 25 stars, each in 5 lines. So means I want 5 star in one line, 5 star in one line, 5 star one line, 5 star in one line, 5 star in one line. So 5 star in each 5 star lines. So let's do that also. The moment I will put and here, and is equals to this, I will get a space as well so that I can get a proper space. So you see that I have got it in a single line, but again you see that I am getting 25 lines in a straight line single. Means we are not taking it in a uh, vertical line. Means previously we were getting it in a vertical line, now we are getting it in the horizontal line, but we are not getting a square pattern. We want to create a square pattern. How do we do that? So you see that this is counting our columns, this is counting our rows, but if we want to just uh, after just creating 5 lines in a horizontal line, means like this, I want to just uh, exit this and move on to the next line. How do we do that? Just simply print empty. So the moment you will print empty, you will get a square pattern here. Oh, you see that we have got our square pattern here, because what we are doing here is that in the j loop, this one, the nested loop here, the j loop, the number of the which is counting the number of columns, is printing these values. So these values are 25. So it's printing stars. So it's printing 25 stars. So when I put and is equals to this space, and it will be printing it in a horizontal line, but I want to just the moment it will print 5 lines, so it will print 5 lines in one loop. Okay, so it will print 5 lines in one loop, then it will move on to second loop. So how we want to command the our program to print the five next 5 lines in second, third 5 lines in third, and fourth line in fourth, and fifth and fifth. So how do we do that? So just we just put a print statement here so that we can move on to our next line. So we have created it a square pattern. So this was easy. I hope you have got this. So uh, let me write it here: square pattern, square pattern. So we have created a square pattern here, but how do we create an increasing triangle? We want this. How do we do that? Just write in the comment section increasing triangle. So how do we do that? So I want to create this pattern. How do we do that? So it's nothing. We just have to modify this code here. I will just copy this whole code and paste it here, and we just have to make some modifications. So let me comment out this section, because we do not want to create a square again. I already told you how we will gonna create a square. I want to create an increasing triangle, uh, like this. So you remember that I told you previously that in this tutorial only that I is counting the number of, so let me write it here: counting rows, and this is counting columns. Okay, so I want in one row. So this the initial it will be one. So in one row I want I I will be 0 here. So when uh, when I is equals to 0, so I will be printing I plus 1, means initially I is equals to 0 and n is equals to 5, means 4, because in range we take n minus 1. So n minus 1 is 4, so it will go from 0 to 4. Okay, now I is 0, and I want to print 1 star in the first line, 2 star in the second line, 3 star in the third line, 4 star in the five line, and 5 star in the second line. So these are my columns and rows. So we know that I for I in range. So I is counting the number of rows, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and columns are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have said that since we have created a square which was n, means previously it was n. You remember that I have written n, and if you were running code we are getting a square. You remember that I we were getting a square, but how do we modify this whole code here and make it an increasing triangle? So we just have to remove this this and this. How do we remove this? You do not have to do, and we have to do nothing. We just have to write a condition here, a start condition actually. So instead of uh, we just have to write a condition. Instead of n, I will be writing that can if you can just follow this, that when I is equals to 1, so I is equals to 0. So when I is equals to 0, we can write I plus 1 here, means we want 1 star in the first line when n is equals to 0. In when n is equals to 2, means row is equals to 2, we want 2 columns. When row is equals to 3, we want 3 columns. When row is equals to 4, we want 4 columns. When row is equals to 5, we want 5 columns. So let's so columns means star. So we found 5 star in one row. So now we have just done this thing. Let's see this. So you see that we have got our increasing triangle. If you still have any doubt in this, please ask in the comment section. We will try to sort it out. This was all in the question, guys. We have just understood how we are going to create this increasing triangle, and in the next tutorial we will also discussing how we can create a decreasing triangle and many more questions just using these two patterns. So we will gonna see the tricks and learn the pattern which we will when we never forget to create any type of star pattern. So this was the basic one, and one more triangle we will be gonna discussing, that is increasing triangle, and then we will be discussing about how we can create different triangles, how we can create different patterns. Like if you want to create a diamond pattern or any other pattern, we can also create that. So this was all in the question and the project, guys. Hope you have understood it, and if you haven't, please ask in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching the video. See you next time.